doing this thing with my soldiers. I blew it and I'm still. Last minute I'ma need me some. Call up Khalifa. Bring them in the. You know I stay with some bad little babies. TGOD, baby, know that's a gang gang. Crazy girls after the game. We throwing hundreds, we going insane. Pouring this. Dead homies got me pouring this. We get awards, but we give God the glory. I'm shooting my shot, and most times I be scoring.
We are at the oldest continually operating stadium in the NFL as you get a look inside Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Green Bay Packers. Season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Yellow!
Right to the air is Mahomes. This one to the right, caught by Valdez-Scantling. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be... Guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays just like that one we saw there.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Here's Mahomes to throw. That's complete to Tony. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. Now they'll run on the draw. And he's taking it right down Broadway. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.
Well, earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Chargers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll begin the drive with a run by Dillon. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. This defense for the Chiefs, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball? Or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
A good gain on first, has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. They run once more with Dillon. And this will be a Packers 1st down as he'll get this up to about the 42. The Packers at 3-7 now on the year. Yeah, they've lost 3 straight here. It kind of goes without saying, I guess, but they could certainly use a win.
Yeah, no doubt about that. There's a difference between a losing stretch and a losing streak. And right now, they're not playing their best football. But if they were to fall here, and now you're looking to go 4 games without a win, things can start compounding themselves pretty quickly from this point forward.
To the sideline, and wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds.
Can you do any more work or make it more dramatic for not much gain than what we just saw there? Did you see how his toes got down? Tip-tap, got him down. But what did he get out of it?
He sold the sizzle. He just had no steak.
I mean, was it 1 yard?
Yeah, plays like that, you at least expect a 1st down. They're just 1 yard. Now Rodgers. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Chiefs will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very 1st quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much, and it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a 1st down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. From midfield, here's Mahomes. Forced out to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. It's caught at the 10. A big play there for KC, and even 40 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. They go play fake. Mahomes, he'll buy some time right. He's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs.
Kadarius Toney,
his 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Chiefs are off to a 13-0 1st quarter lead. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game? I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result. Because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter. And a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
And he fires one that's intercepted.
Trent McDuffie with a pick. And the Chiefs are going to take over here up near the 40.
Well, they're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
From the 44, Mahomes. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Tony.
And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
Brandon, what's even more impressive is that came against double coverage. He gashed them with that reception, even with the extra focus that he drew from the defense.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. $14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Gets it to Hardman. A jet sweep. And room there to work it inside the 25. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
If they're going to get a first down out of this, they're going to have to earn it because there's been tough going in the interior there. And here we are on 3rd and 1. Be prepared. Brace yourself. Could be some contact going on.
On play action, it's Mahomes. Sliding out of the... And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Rashawn Gary make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. So on 4th down, Mahomes off. Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. This is a 49-yard attempt. Right hash. Butker's kick here is good. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Meanwhile, Rodgers throw into the hands of Sample.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender. But the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2.
He has it complete to Christian Watson. And he is going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
On first down, Rodgers. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
Again, they'll throw with Rodgers.
That's complete to the tight end Sample. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
And Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of the formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there, couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
Now whistles here, flag down. I think one of the Packer linemen was moving. A false start penalty, and now they're back to needing 10 yards on 2nd down. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Rodgers to throw once more. They go screen with Dillon. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
Good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit.
And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time.
Trent McDuffie with a pick. And the Chiefs are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go to the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
83 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. Mahomes now on first down. Looking downfield for Kelsey. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
Mahomes will try again on 2nd down. Looking for Kelsey on the deep ball.
And this is incomplete. Oh, he looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they had incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments and usually only at halftime. but the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
On fourth down, Joseph Charlton on to punt. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. An update from around the league as our first one comes from New Orleans. And it's an early lead there for the Saints. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensues.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls at work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
Touchdown, Packers! A.J. Dillon. 47 yards, and the Packers are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point by Marr, up and good, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. There's still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 19 yards to pick up there. And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. First and 10, here's Mahomes. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
No sense risking anything there on first down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who can make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now here's Mahomes. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Now it's Mahomes again. That's caught left side by Hardman.
And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there, and they rallied and made the tackle.
So we've reached halftime with the visiting Chiefs on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Packers set to get the football first, and they are trailing on the scoreboard as we resume action, ready for the 3rd quarter. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they're down on the scoreboard, sort of a sloppy first half. And Coach Davis, if you were in the locker room, what would the message have been?
I think I'd have to go with something you don't ordinarily go with in the NFL. That's a little fire and brimstone. You've got to fire these guys up. Make them understand what's going on out there. They were so sloppy in the first half, too many turnovers. Tighten things up. Maybe get in their face a little bit, get in their grill, and then send them back out. Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Throwing now is Rodgers. Out to the left, he's got Sample there. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Complete to his tight end Sample. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the 1st down.
Dillon now on 1st and 10. And he'll work down inside the 45.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now whistles here, flag down. I think one of the Packer linemen was moving. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. To throw, it's Rodgers. And that one almost intercepted. Could have been his 3rd pick of the game. Instead, it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
But they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Rodgers to throw. And that one almost intercepted. Boy, he's got 2 already, nearly a 3rd, but not to be, and it's 4th down. On now is the Packers punter, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
15.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. Second and short, could they just hand it off for another big gain? Or did they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Throwing now is Mahomes.
And that'll be caught by Tony.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish.
There he goes left side. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.
Partner, they had a good lead as they went in at the half, and they came out here in the second half and found a way to extend it. I love their consistency. Don't worry about what they said at halftime. This seemed like a team that was ready to play 60 minutes, and while this game is far from over, I love their approach.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
43.
Mahomes going to throw. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, 30 yards.
And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And the lead is now 24. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the... He's got a man complete. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Now, look, you're not going to be able to get this all back at once, but that certainly helps.
So you're saying 3 yards in a cloud of dust, not the strategy?
I go aerial attack.
Yeah, I think that's what has to happen. And if you're going to run it, you need to break off big chunks. We just saw a big play right there. They need plenty of those.
Got a man. That's Lazard. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A little over 20 yards there, and in 2 plays, they've now moved the ball over 60 yards.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Go to 50. Hey, you block over here.
Now Rodgers. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown.
Romeo Doubs.
An 11-yard touchdown.
And the Packers get a bit closer. Well, on that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open to the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there, because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
Well, they got to be thrilled with how they've operated so far in this one. They've got the nice lead, and now a chance to score here on 3 straight possessions.
Yeah, and the way that they are rolling, I just don't know how they get slowed down, because they certainly are operating at peak efficiency right now. They might want to think about giving some of their backups a little bit of work, though. Let some other guys get on the field and do their thing and save some of this for the next time out. Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity, even though that one fell incomplete.
Yeah, he's already been in the end zone multiple times, tried to target him again deep there, but unsuccessful. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. He's going to let it go again. He's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Chiefs get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Frank Clark just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Before they can snap it, time runs out on this third quarter of play. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Throwing is Rodgers. And now here is another interception.
And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go.
102 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point in the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. To throw, it's Mahomes.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down.
So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. And it bangs off the right upright, no good. But that's just a minor blip here in what's been a thoroughly dominating performance. And no mistaking that sound. It reverberated through the whole stadium.
And it's the sound Brandon no kicker wants to hear. It looked like he had it on target the whole way, but the upright said,
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
Now swing pass for Dillon.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers.
Throw right side, hauled in by Dobbs. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Rodgers now on 1st down.
Completes it again to Dobbs. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Rodgers again now. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I've got a good friend in football who always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but the thought, that was good.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd.
Go right! Go right! 26!
Rodgers going to throw. Able to find Lazard. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They'd go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
Rodgers going to give this one to Dillon.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
From the 31, Rodgers.
This is caught. It's Christian Watson.
And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 16. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
To throw is Rodgers. This is Lazard with a catch out left. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Here's 2nd and 1 now from the 7.
Now Dillon on the inside give. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Rodgers now to throw. Touchdown, Packers.
A.J. Dillon
with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year.
And the Packers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Extra point by Moore, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
And it's looking all the more likely that a 5th straight win is going to be in the cards. They'll try to run some time here with a 1st and 10.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And they'll indeed take a knee.
So this one in the win column for Kansas City, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for Kansas City, the great run they've been on continues as they move to 9-1 now. And they'll have another road date next week with the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for the Packers, they've fallen out of things now as